Hello and welcome again. Today we've got a cool piece of content. So I had a friend that runs an awesome organic skincare line company called Bambu Earth. Her name's Amber, and she hit me up with a text message the other day that I thought was just a great question that I sent back and asked her if it was cool if I responded or recorded my answer for this piece of content. So today we're doing an in-depth look at a brand live on camera. Awesome. So we get to work with a lot of really cool brands, but the reality is at CTC, anytime you're running a business and you have overhead, there's probably limitations on what phase we can step into business with people. And that's a bummer because I love every phase, from the day of creating your logo to the process of designing your first product to prototyping. It's all super fun. But today we're going to help out a friend with, hopefully, Amber, some advice that's useful for you. So Amber, who's a good friend of both mine and our families, runs an amazing, like I said, skincare company called Bambu Earth. So first, as you're watching this, pull up bambuearth.com so you can be looking through and checking out some product. But she sent me a text message after seeing one of our last pieces of content and said, hey, I've saved up about $1,000 in marketing budget to go out and spend. What should I do with it? And I got this text and I thought about it a lot because there's a million things I want to say. And then I shot her a text back and said, hey, do you mind if I go through this as a piece of content? Because I think it would be super helpful for a lot of people who are probably asking a very similar question. So today what I want to do is try and answer Amber's question of, I have $1,000 to spend in marketing. What should I do with it? So Corey's going to drop right now bambuearth.com onto the screen, and we're going to look through it together as I pull it up. Because the first thing I do, so my process anytime I get a new brand that sends me something like this, is always to start by looking through their existing product line, their existing website, see if there's any sort of mechanical flaws in the website that I would need to fix before thinking about driving more traffic in. Because in our formula, right, visitors times conversion rate times average order value equals revenue. If your site is broken and can't convert, then driving visitors doesn't matter. So we always start with sort of this foundational check of, are you ready and in a position to go out and drive traffic? So the first thing I did, Amber, I went and checked out your website, which is actually really great. So I say actually, I shouldn't be surprised. You're awesome at what you do. And I love it. I think the whole she'll love this theme, trying to capitalize on Valentine's Day, is really cute. So you can hit that again, Corey, to show that homepage slider. You know, you've got your best sellers listed right on the front, which is really important, and go from there. But a couple of things that I would just say in looking at the homepage before, again, think of this, before you go and spend the money, you want that foundation in place. So a couple of things that I noticed. One thing that entrepreneurs always forget to do is to look at their site first and foremost on mobile, especially when you're about to go do paid acquisition, because paid acquisition, especially on Facebook, is going to be 90% mobile traffic. So you want to make sure that your mobile experience is as good as possible. So Amber, if you look on your mobile layout, and Corey, again, we'll throw this on here, you'll see that the shop button that you have in your homepage banner overlaps the mobile banner, the first word in the phrase, the she'll love this. You have a shop button that when your adjustment happens to a mobile layout, goes right over the top of that. So that's an easy fix, to move that shop button around or to redesign your homepage banner for mobile so that it's easily to switch. And we actually, one of the things that we do with any Shopify or WooCommerce is that we have a little snippet of code, and Corey, we'll see if we can drop that in the comments section. We'll get that from Wade, that allows you to reorient your homepage slider from a horizontal layout to a vertical layout to maximize the screen space on mobile. So if you have Shopify or WooCommerce, it just flips it and allows you to upload a different homepage slider from mobile, which allows you to sort of maximize that real estate. Because when you shrink down a landscape image on mobile, it's not very effective. But that's the first thing. The second thing, Amber, I noticed is that you have this little subscript below Bambu Earth that says, I think it says holistic beauty, but it's such a small, cursive, tight, thin font that on mobile in particular, it's really, really difficult to read what that says. So if that's an important tagline for you, or if you just want people to be able to read it at all, I would adjust the font on it. I understand you want it to be stylized and stuff, but I would make sure that you can read it. So that would be the next thing I would say. And then I love the idea of putting your best sellers first, but I also texted you what your best sellers were and it's different than what I see here. So something to think about always is that you want to reduce the path between visit and purchase as much as possible, and putting your best product onto the homepage is a great way to do that. So that's another thing. And then making sure that your product photos, having a style template for your product photos so that they have the same color background, they're cropped to the same dimensions, they're shot in the same format, is really important to kind of elevate the look and feel of your brand. So it looks like right now some of your products are sitting up on the ground and they have like a little drop shadow, and some of them are laid flat. What I would do, and this is probably just take a day, take 2 hours, set up a little light box, shoot them all in one of those two formats. I think looking at it, my preference I think is the lay flat, but doesn't really matter. And then get them all onto white backgrounds. Or I don't mind the little textured background if you prefer it, and then crop them all to the same size so you don't get that staggered visual. That'll be really helpful. And then the last thing I noticed on the homepage, and knowing you, and part of this is just personal insight, is that you do these amazing events, and the picture that you have at the bottom, the spa experience where you have women sort of experiencing and having fun with your products, I would try and bring more of that imagery into the forefront of the brand, where you have young, beautiful, awesome women using your product and enjoying it. That sort of visual equity is really powerful, and I'd love to see some of that moving forward. And then the last thing before we talk about what I would do with the $1,000 is you have a email capture pop-up that happens. I think it's on scroll, or it might be on 10 seconds on visit. But awesome, first of all, good job for having it there. But here's what I would do. I would move this to a two-step process where the first thing that happens is a box pop-ups and says something along the lines of, do you care about all your products being organic and the most natural ingredients possible? Some better version of that basically just, and then the choices are yes or no. And if they hit yes, then pops up, so do we. All of our products are made from the most amazing natural, handmade, most amazing natural ingredients. Sign up to get the latest updates, discounts, whatever, so that you move people towards a yes. They learn something about who you are, they opt into believing the same things you do, and then you hit them. I bet you'll see your conversion rate on that email capture go through the roof. And then always be testing that copy. Corey, is it called Hello Bar? Is that Hello Bar? I think is a great little app that's a plug-in for whatever system you're on that can help you to set that up. So, okay, so that's the foundation, and that's just looking at the homepage. I won't dive into all of the product pages and whatnot, but that's what I would do to sort of make sure that your foundation is set before you even go out and spend the $1,000. And then what you do with the $1,000, I made some notes of just looking at what you have, what I would do. So the first thing are sort of what I call the core advertising principles that every brand should have set up regardless. And those are Facebook DPA, so dynamic product ads, and you can upload your product feed in Facebook. Corey, let's link up a link to the Facebook DPA setup, the help center, so that people know how to do that. And basically what that is, it's dynamic remarketing for everybody that visits your product page. They'll be automatically generated on Facebook, and you'll need a really small budget to start based on your traffic. I would guess maybe $10 a day, $15 a day that would go towards DPA. So let's say we're at $10 a day right now, okay? So that's $300 for the month, okay? $300 to DPA. Then I would set up WCA, probably let's call it, to capitalize on all your holiday traffic, let's say WCA 60. So website, basically website visitor remarketing on Facebook for visitors from the last 60 days. And I would put another $10 towards that. And I would use sort of your core product line in those ads. So now we're at another $300. Then what I would do is look at categorical search around your best product line. So you had told me, I think, that your dry shampoo, and then let me pull this up, please hold so I'm saying the right thing. Your dry shampoo and your Petitgrain moisturizer are your best sellers, and then the complete skincare collection and Petitgrain moisturizer are your best by revenue. So these terms, Petitgrain moisturizer. So Corey, I want you to track this search. So I'm going to search Petitgrain moisturizer right now in Google and see what I get. So it looks like you got a good amount of Google shopping ads that show up here, but not a lot of text-based ads. So what that says to me is that there's probably an opportunity around some text-based ads, and you have great, actually organic search results for these terms. But I would take the categorical terms for your best-selling products: dry shampoo, moisturizer, And what I would do is I would set up a small budget with a really low CPC bid that you know you'll be profitable on. So maybe, and you can use the keyword planner tool to understand what those costs would be. And I would go through each category to see if you can not try and be first. This isn't about getting first in the Google rank, because there's a lot of competitors in this space and it's probably going to be expensive. But it would be about trying to just get to profitability where you can gobble up some really cheap clicks by just using, so you go into your AdWords account and use the keyword bid simulator to try and find that out. And then the last thing I would do is I would go and I would upload your customer email list. I would create a 1% lookalike off of your email list, and I would take on your product pages, you have these YouTube product reviews for your body scrubs. I would edit all those down to the 30-second clips where they're talking about your product, and I would run those 3 and your highest value piece of PR. So 4 ads, those 3 videos, and your best piece of PR as ad products driving to the product pages to a 1% lookalike audience, and I would use the rest of the budget towards that. And what you're gonna see is none of these are gonna necessarily, at the small budgets they're at, generate a huge massive ROI. But what you wanna see is, am I getting good click costs? Am I getting good relevance scores? Because that'll be signals to you that there's scale opportunity. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully those are things that you guys can take and apply to your own businesses. Amber, shoot me a text after. Let me know if you need any clarification. Guys, buy some Bambu Earth. Rad, good, healthy products. I know that specifically right now in my house, we've got the baby butt balm rocking for baby rash, and some of the other great tummy care products for my wife coming out of pregnancy. So great products, great skin care from Bambu Earth. Amber, hopefully that helps, and hopefully you guys get some tips out of that. Corey, lots of highlights, lots of scroll in this video. Take care.